Two fans can sit near the same roof and move air in completely different systems. A whole house fan changes the air in occupied rooms. An attic fan mainly changes the air above the ceiling. So, which cools better has no honest one-word answer. The useful answer starts with the airflow path, outdoor conditions, and what you actually want to cool. This video maps both systems before comparing them. It does not promise a temperature drop, energy saving, or fit for a particular home. First, draw the pressure boundary. A fan does not create useful cooling just because its blades spin. It creates a pressure difference that needs an intake path, a route through the intended space, and an exhaust path. If one opening is missing or undersized, the actual path can differ from the sketch. Air may come through cracks, conditioned rooms, or another unintended opening. That is why fan type, free area, house layout, attic design, and air sealing belong in the same decision. A whole house fan is normally arranged between the occupied house and the attic or outdoors. With intentionally open windows or doors, it draws outdoor air through selected rooms, then discharges that air out of the living space. The room effect can feel direct because the occupied zone air is moving and being replaced. But the strategy depends on outdoor air being cooler, acceptably dry, and clean enough to bring indoors. Closed or poorly distributed openings change the path and can produce uneven flow. An attic fan is arranged to ventilate the attic. Its intended path is from attic intake vents toward a powered roof or gable exhaust. That can remove hot attic air and may reduce heat transfer toward the ceiling below, depending on the roof, insulation, weather, vent area, and operating conditions. It does not automatically pull fresh air through bedrooms or living rooms. If the ceiling plane leaks and attic intake is inadequate, the fan may draw conditioned air from the house instead of following the desired attic-only path. Now add the outdoor condition gate. A whole house fan is most plausible when outdoor air is meaningfully better for the indoor goal, cooler enough, not excessively humid, and acceptable for smoke, pollen, dust, or other local air quality concerns. If the outdoor air is hotter, very humid, or contaminated, bringing more of it through the house can work against comfort or indoor air goals. An attic fan has a different exposure path, but moisture, weather, and vent design still matter. Neither system gets a permanent green light from the calendar alone. Next, check free area rather than counting grills. Louvers, screens, filters, dampers, ducts, and insect mesh reduce the opening available to airflow. The relevant number is usable free area on both the intake and exhaust sides, not just the outside dimensions. A restricted path can increase pressure, noise, leakage, and motor load while reducing delivered flow. Do not copy a generic opening ratio from a video. Use the selected product documentation, the home's geometry, and qualified local review. The house and attic also need a safety boundary. Combustion appliances, fireplaces, flues, attached garages, electrical work, roof penetrations, structural framing, fire separation, moisture control, and local code can change what is safe or permitted. A fan that depressurizes the wrong zone can create hazards that are invisible in a simple animation. This is not a do-it-yourself wiring or roof cutting guide. Before selecting or installing either system, have the pressure zones and site conditions checked by qualified professionals. So which one cools better? If the goal is an immediate breeze in air replacement through occupied rooms, a properly planned whole house path can act more directly when outdoor conditions cooperate. If the goal is to ventilate a hot attic without intentionally flushing occupied rooms, an attic fan addresses that upper zone. The attic approach may influence heat transfer, but it is not the same experience as moving outdoor air through the house. Compare the target zone first, not the diameter or wattage printed on two unrelated fans. These company-owned reference images show examples of roof exhaust hardware forms, including a powered roof fan category and a solar roof ventilation form. They do not prove an installed attic path, output, coverage, cooling, energy savings, solar runtime, or suitability for any house. Roof hardware is only one component. Intake vents, weather protection, flashing, controls, structure, and the pressure boundary determine whether the component belongs in a working system. Treat catalog imagery as identification context, never as installation proof. This short company-owned reference clip shows generic axial rotor and housing geometry. It is not presented as a whole house fan or an attic fan installation. The important engineering lesson is that similar looking rotating hardware can behave very differently when the surrounding system changes. Grills, shutters, ducts, bends, screens, and insufficient openings add resistance. The fan's operating point then moves. A product close-up cannot establish the airflow through a home, so the video keeps the hardware claim deliberately narrow. Use a 5-input decision card. 1. Which zone must change, the occupied rooms, the attic, or both? 2. When is outdoor temperature, humidity, and air quality acceptable? 3. Where will replacement air enter, and what is the verified free area? 4. Where will air leave, and is the attic or roof path adequate? 5. What combustion, electrical, structural, moisture, fire, and code checks apply? If any answer is unknown, the next step is measurement and site review, not a bigger fan. The final verdict is a path, not a winner. Whole house ventilation is the more direct occupied space strategy only during suitable outdoor conditions and with intentional openings. Attic ventilation targets the attic and can affect the heat boundary indirectly, but it should not be sold as guaranteed room cooling. Save the 5-input card, sketch your real airflow path, and bring that sketch to the contractor or engineer reviewing the home. A correct path is more valuable than a confident product guess.